Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We are just moments away from kickoff.
Okay, Coach, we are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Miami Dolphins. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What the columnist write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
Second down and inches. It's complete to Drake. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there? Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Running, it's Drake. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
2nd and 5. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 42.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run with Drake. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
I always love the opening game of the season, and for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
And it's caught by Parker. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, 47 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Bengals. Oh, they gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return.
And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the minds of your players. Attack back as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way than on a kick return.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And we are tied at 7. Still one of the most exciting plays in football. The kick return shows why there. 93 yards on that return for 6. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Now Drake. Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. And that's complete. It's Green here. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. It's an 8-yard pickup that leads to a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw here. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Incomplete. The linebacker Preston Brown there to knock that one away. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it's cooking exactly what they do.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt.
Hi, my name's Terry, and this is
this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Here goes that 30 base. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. He'll look to throw here. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they had planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
The rest gonna be face masks every 5 seconds.
It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. These two teams all tied after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Miami has the Dolphins,
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
football
Now Joe Mixon. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
From goal to
Even though he's a fourth rounder, I think he might have a chance to play and prove that, hey, I could have been taken higher in that draft.
And we've seen so many times now, guys who go lower in the draft, undrafted free agents that become big-time players, Pro Bowl players.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Yards away, and the Bengals have taken the lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14 to 7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind that 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, and they brought it back to third manageable with that run.
The Dolphins on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he hits Drake. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The Fort Lauderdale native back near home, Javonte Garner. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. 2nd and 2. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
I hate niggers.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up second down. On second down, here's Mixon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So now first and 10 as they crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Mixon. He'll get a nice jump there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there. He'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Mixon with it, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
But I don't want.
That is incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. He'll look to throw. And this is Parker, complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line. He'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. So we reach halftime here on opening weekend. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And as they come towards halftime, it's the Eagles who have the lead in that one. Carson Wentz has thrown a touchdown pass.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run it here with Bernard, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Back to throw. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively brings up 4th down. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way, creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
51 yards on the punt there, and it'll be Dolphin football. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away. Shocker. Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 4.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
They stay on the ground with Drake. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Could you blame him?
Jet sweep, Boyd with it, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. On the delay, it's Mixon. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
Leo!
They run for it with Mixon. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Again, it's Mixon. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Well, you said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Couldn't find his outlet man because of coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
On second down now, Mixon. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Maybe he'll change
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Bernard. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. This is Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
I am sucking
The
this
Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Balazs. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kalen Balazs, 71 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense, almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals. Just something magical about breaking that barrier.
And he's right there on the doorstep now. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Mixon. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
That's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Brandon, never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he finds Parker here, complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Back to throw. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll get to the 29-yard line. Brought down there. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll look to throw. Green brings it in. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A.J. Green, 71 yards. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front.
Wow, I know it's a... But that's that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
So now the Bengals down by 4, and time a huge factor. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. A nice start to the drive, picking up 12 yards there and a very quick first down. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. He's back to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Back to throw. Open man Erickson. That's complete. He takes it across for the touchdown.
Wow!
Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And we'll see what the big tight end Mike Gesicki and the rest of the offense has in store. And partner the defense, they were keyed in on him early, but his talent shining through as of late.
I like what you said about keyed in because it all started in their first meeting of game planning for this game, where they went over things with their team and said, all right, this is the guy we have to take out of the game. Make sure you get enough coverage on him, all the different defenses. Sometimes you run everything you've got in the first half, and they adjust in the second half to start to play better.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. They'll look to throw here. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a draw play with Drake. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. They'll drop the throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
That's it, baby.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his man here. It's Green. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And his kick is indeed good. And the Dolphins have tied things up here in the 4th. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now a first throw here in overtime. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Aguilar has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Back to throw now on 1st down. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion. So that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. 19 yards there on the catch and run. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
They're starting to put together a nice drive. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to throw. And this is Parker, complete. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Dolphins, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.